Welcome to Albert and Phillip. Here we are in my Datsun 240Z, and in this video I'm going to share with you some facts about this particular model and why it's unique and special. Here we are at Albert Park Lake, which is going to be playing host to the Australian Formula One Grand Prix in just a few weeks' time. So come with us as we share some facts about what makes the 240Z a great classic sports car.
The Datsun 240Z, also known as the Nissan S30, is a two-seat sports car by the Japanese automaker Nissan. Built from 1969 to 1978, the 240Z has become one of the most iconic and significant sports cars of the 70s and continues to be a highly sought-after classic today. The Datsun 240Z was introduced at a time when sports cars were still a relatively niche market, and European marques dominated the market with expensive, high-performance vehicles or unreliable, less powerful models. Nissan saw an opportunity to create a more accessible and affordable sports car that would appeal to a wider market. The Z car was designed with a sleek, aerodynamic body, powerful 2.4 inline 6-cylinder engine producing 150 horsepower, which was a significant amount of power for its time. With a comfortable yet sporting interior, it was also priced significantly lower than its European counterparts, making it accessible to a much wider range of buyers. The 240Z was a total knockout in terms of design. It somehow manages a sporty, sleek look that was both aggressive and elegant. With its low and wide stance, long hood and short deck, it's a head turner even 50 years on. One of the standout features was the front grille surrounded by round headlights and set in a beveled panel. The cam tail-like rear was simple and clean with slender bumpers. The 240Z was also notable for its comfortable and practical interior. The car had a spacious and well-appointed interior with an ample cargo space behind the convenient hatch. This made it an ideal car for long drives and road trips, and helped to set it apart from other sports cars of its time, which often felt cramped or uncomfortable. In my car, the black vinyl seats are comfortable, the dashboard is simple and easy to read, and the 3-spoke wooden steering wheel is just about the right size. Even though the 240Z was a sports car, it had a straightforward and functional design. The car's timeless design still gets people talking, and it's definitely a classic example of Japanese automotive design. The Datsun 240Z was also a significant car in terms of design and engineering. The car was designed by Yoshihiko Matsuo, who was inspired by the Italian and British sports cars of the time. Matsuo's design blended elements of these European sports cars with Japanese styling. Apparently the 240Z was originally intended to be sold only in Japan. It was Datsun, or Nissan's, first attempt to sell a sports car in the global market, and it was only after its successful launch that it was decided to bring it to the United States and other markets. The 240Z was well regarded for its handling and performance, and it proved to be a formidable competitor on the racetrack. Its success on the track helped to cement its reputation as a capable sports car, and it helped to establish Nissan as a major player in the automotive world. It competed in several races and even won the SCCA National Championship in 1970 and 1971 in the US. It was used in various racing series in Japan, including the All Japan Grand Touring Car Championship. In addition to racing in Japan, the 240Z was also used in various international motorsport events, including the East African Safari Rally and the Southern Cross Rally in Australia. It's still a popular choice for vintage motorsports events today. This racing history has helped the 240Z become one of the first Japanese cars to be considered a halo car. One of the downsides of Datsun 240Z ownership is rust, as is the case with many classic cars. The 240Z was made at a time when rust protection was not advanced as it is today, and many cars have suffered from this over time. The most common areas for rust to develop on a 240Z are the lower body panels, wheel wells, around the windshield and rear window. The undercarriage commonly displays rust, as does the engine bay and suspension components. To minimise the risk of rust, it's important to take good care of the car and perform regular maintenance. If you're considering purchasing a Z, it's a good idea to get a thorough inspection done to check for any signs of rust or any other issues. If you're looking at purchasing one of these, bear in mind that 240Zs are now over 50 years old, so if you're on a budget, they will need ongoing maintenance. As mentioned earlier, rust can be a major issue for the Z, so it's important to check for signs early, especially in the common areas. When purchasing a Z, it's also important to check the engine and gearbox for any signs of wear and tear, as well as any signs of leaks or other issues. The old 2.4 lump is reliable if well looked after, and mechanical specialist support and parts are readily available.
So I've owned this car since the end of 2016. In that time I've done a fair bit of work to the car. First of all, I had to get it roadworthy. Other than that, it's mainly been cosmetic work, some rust repair, some paint work. The bumpers, front and rear, have been re-chromed. The seats have been remade and reupholstered. New cocoa mats. Also a lot of OEM parts were put back on the car, like wipers and mirrors. Recently I've just put Watanabe RS wheels in a 15x8 width on the car, which I think just give it a bit more of a sporty look whilst keeping that classic JDM style. The car is definitely an ongoing project. In the future it probably needs an engine rebuild, as well as some work with suspension and steering. The steering's never been perfect. It's okay, but I think it could be a lot better than what it is. It's a little bit woolly, and there's a little bit of play in the wheel, but whether that's typical of 1971 technology. Other than that, the plan is really just to enjoy this car as a Sunday driver on club permit plates. I'm a member of the Nissan Datsun Club, and occasionally I go to their events. But this is a good spot here to park up and to have a look at the stands that have been placed for the Oz GP in March. So you can see the spectator stands are coming up for what will be a sold out event.
Most cars now have a 2.8-litre L series from the later 280ZX, which is a popular modification. Early 71A gearboxes like mine are notchy, least desirable, but later ones have a smoother feel and are easier to engage. Check for any worn or loose steering or suspension parts, and make sure that the car handles and drives smoothly. The unassisted steering is heavy at low speed, so the larger, by today's standards, stock steering wheel is better to handle low-speed maneuvers. The interior of the Z is simple and functional, but over time it has become worn or damaged. Check the seats, cracks in the dashboard, and other interior components for any signs of wear, and make sure that all of the electrical systems are working as they should. Check the body for any signs of damage such as dents, cracks, poor filler repair or rust, and make sure that all the lights and other exterior components are working. Finally, paperwork. Make sure the seller has all the necessary documentation, and make sure the car has its ID tags. By keeping these things in mind, you make sure that you're getting a good Z. The 240Z was a hit and quickly became one of the best-selling sports cars of its time. The combination of its affordable price, good looks and sporty performance made it a popular choice, and it soon gained a reputation as one of the best valued sports cars of its day. The car's popularity was further fueled by its success in motorsports, where it dominated races in the 70s and earned a reputation as a capable sports car of its time. The 240Z's impact on the sports car market was significant. By offering an affordable and accessible sports car, Nissan helped to popularize the genre and make it more accessible to the general public. The car's success also showed other manufacturers that there was a market for affordable sports cars, and many followed suit. The 240Z also helped to establish Nissan's reputation as a manufacturer of high quality and reliable vehicles. Before the Z, Nissan was known for producing economy cars and trucks, and the success of the Z helped to position Nissan as a manufacturer of high performance vehicles as well. This in turn helped to establish Nissan as a major player in the automotive industry and paved the way for the company's continued success in the decades that followed. The 240Z was replaced by the 260Z. This happened in 1974. The 260Z featured a larger 2.6-litre engine, but in our opinion lost some of its charm and generally was not as popular as the 240. The legacy of the Datsun 240Z lives on today as the cars continue to be a highly sought after classic. They combine the combination of affordability, good looks and sporty performance and remain an iconic and significant sports car. In recent years, the 240Z has become a popular model to customise and has enjoyed an almost cult following from baby boomers who remember the car new to the now JDM-obsessed millennials.
Well, thanks so much for watching this video all about facts of the Datsun 240Z. Please comment below, what do you think about this car? Does it deserve its iconic status, or is it overhyped? Another overhyped JDM classic car? let us know in the comments below. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.